My lord, physician Purushottam has sent us a letter. What does it pertain to? Your father grew very ill on the journey. He thought that it would be wise to tell you that although he has treated his illness and he thinks that it is likely that he will make it home, you should begin preparing for the transition. It is the worst then? I warned him that this trip was unnecessary at his age. Well, you know, your father has never been the kind of man to listen to that kind of warning. Usually he listens to me, but he had it in his mind that he needed to represent Lohara to the new Grand Sultan of Seljuk, and that he was doing me a great service by making sure the transition was smooth. Completely unnecessary. I would much have preferred to invite the Sultan here to a grand feast. Yes, well, you and your father see different solutions to the same problems. Yes. Sometimes it surprises me the two of us can get along at all. I think he sees in you, Harsa, if I may, the man he dreamed he would be, as opposed to the man he is. Hello and welcome back, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings 3, friends of the channel and newcomers alike. We are here once again with Sultan Kalaza, the kind of the Lohara Sultanate. We are no longer fine, we are poor, so we probably don't have that many more years in us. If we look down here, we can see this kid will now vassalize. Grab him. Mostly what we're doing now is trying to save for... Oh, our banner got better. That's cool. Save for this. I think we're just going to take that 1 gold. Birthdays pass. I turn another year older. I am reminded of the splendid birthday party my friends Rajadiva and Inal arranged for me several years ago. How joyous it was to feel the kindness and warmth of our friendship made so evident. I remember it as if though it was yesterday. We feasted and danced, and they even presented me with a wonderful gift. I still have my... It's literally in a place of honor, in your... You don't still have it someplace, so I want to... First we're going to do this. Then we're going to go to this kid down here. And he will accept either stewardship or marshal, so we're going to make him a steward. Then I'm going to find him a good... I could do it myself. Yeah, I'll be his guardian myself. Maybe not. Maybe I find him somebody who could do it. We'll lose him as royal architect if we remove him. Oh, we could send this Shuver, though. I'm perfectly happy with that, so we'll send him. Go ahead. We're not going to try to change his faith or culture. People can keep their faiths and cultures within this kingdom. That's pretty much the point of it. This tiny, 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 tiny mountain pass is the only way between North Lohara and the now expanding South Lohara. So yeah, we'd have to spread our liking down here a whole lot. The other thing we're going to do is we're just going to accept lowering this because it will make some of our vassals like us better. Well, let's check out where this guy's at. He's at 9. I think we're going to leave it on him for a bit. Everybody in here likes me at least a little. And the rest of my vassals, I think I have 1 vassal who's negative. Oh, he seems to have pushed into +1. So we're doing okay. We're getting back in there pretty fast. That's good. Our son here will take over for us soon. Our wife has just given us some prestige. That was very good. Nice. They've lost some glory because we've lost another person that... Where is this hunt? Oh, sir, I'm an old man. I'm an old man, sir. I'm not going that far. Politely tell him that we're not going that far because we're an old man. I'm just going to let some time pass here while that happens, and I'll get back to you if anything really important happens. Let's see how it goes. I don't know how much longer we're going to live, but it'll be a bit. It'll be a bit. Breaking fast with a friend. So, our wife, Navbahar, here, our youngest wife, she wants us to skip the temple in order to have a fine breakfast, and I am absolutely into that. I am so into skipping the temple for breakfast, because we are a holy man, but we also understand that life must be lived grandly and happily in order to prosper, and we have prospered because of that philosophy. Okay, this is my new vassal from the south. We'll show him in. He's bringing money. Thank you for the donation and good job all around on speaking well and presenting yourself well. I'm very happy. We're still feeling a little bit not great about taking this. I mean, we're convinced that it was the right thing to do, but we're also convinced that we didn't like it. So you want to arrange a betrothal between your brother and my granddaughter. He is 18 and my granddaughter is 12. Yes, we will do that. That seems fine to me. Hopefully they can have a prosperous marriage. And we've gained another learning perk. We could take pedagogy. We are training that boy. It could help him out. The only other choice we really have is clerical jurisdiction, which I don't think we're going to chase. There's nothing really over here we want. No, I think we're going to do this. So he has removed my son from the territory that I gave him. I have to assume he revoked him. I don't think my son is a criminal. Oh, he's an adulterer. Of course he is. I'm just gonna give my son a store here. One of the titles that he's entitled to. A lot of people joined my court because of me bringing my son here, and then we're gonna grant him this title. Good, that's fine. This is probably fine. Like, I'm not gonna get mad about this. It makes sense that he'd revoke him if he had the opportunity to. If my son wants to get some kind of revenge on that guy for revoking him, that's up to him. It's not up to me. He's gonna be well off anyway. Being the king and having this whole consolidated duchy under his control will give him a good base. Our son has had a bad omen. That's not great. He's 40. His heir is actually only 8. Interesting. He has at least one child, well, 2 children with his albino second wife. The first one, because we married them, they didn't have any illegitimate children, of course. So let's just continue. Exiting the temple in Parthasupara, me and my friend Gaelpo Lechen end up in the company of some local merchants. They are in the middle of a discussion regarding theology and worldly wealth. I would invest in the temple. But how can I know if that's even Lakshmi's will? Well, so this would give this location a temple. We have a city already. Building a temple is necessary. This is a lot of gold. Basically, this is like 500 free gold. That is worth more to us than 60 gold. So we're going to build the temple. Additionally, we are a religious man, and we know that that's the right choice either way. So we have finished our next advancement to our innovations, so we need to check out what we have decided that we want. Next, communal government. We'll just do it. It's fine. It's probably the best way to handle it at this age, since we don't know how long we're going to live for. And I'm just going to continue to let time pass. We'll see you when there's another major event. And our liege has died, and he's been replaced by his son here. His son does not like us as much as he did. We have no really personal connection between us, but we still have all the things going for us that we usually do. We're exalted among men. We have syncretism faith. And our court grandeur is above expected, so that's got us a good start with him. Wow, he spent a lot of time in 2 different courts. That's an interesting way to get some extra stats going on. We should probably pay homage to him. We're an old man, though. But I think we would try, because I think we would think it was the right thing to do. We're not giving him money because we need our money, but we're going to head out. Time to go. A long journey. Pay homage. Something that we feel we must do. So we can help him with his quest. We've done that in the past. Or we can try to convince him to join us. There's not a high chance we convince him to join us, but I think we follow him on his quest. Don't fear, I shall fight it. I'm still a pretty strong warrior, actually. At least the last time I checked. I still have a 16. I'll distract it, you get the water. That's... I could steal it. That would be horrid. What an adventure. So inspiring. Yeah, we're not going to be getting chivalry anytime. Definitely not in our lifetime. Let's shot. Right. We killed the beast and he joins us. We've gained a new Shuvar. We've been invited to be the spy master of Seljuk. That's kind of ironic, considering how hard we've worked to not make that our lifestyle, but we're going to be the kindest spy master in history. He's going to ask us to do all sorts of awful things, and I guess that's what we do, right? We listen to our liege. We're going to just take that, because we always do. Thank you, sir. Thank you, boy, for having money, giving it to me. Defender of the faith. There was a commotion among the children today, and Anil was attempting to preach among the fellow youngsters and became the target of a small fight. We shall serve the divine well, child. I don't know that I would encourage him to be a zealot. Well, I do like the faithful. Zealotry isn't that important to me, but you know what is more important to me? Bravery. So we're going to teach this kid. He's not even our kid. Oh, this is our grandson. This is our first ward, so this is our child. Well, our family's. It's not the new kid, it's the old one. We have promoted a new commander. He's okay. He's just okay. But that's all right, because I'd rather have an okay person than a bad person in that position. Oh. Do I want my sambusa? No, I don't think so. I think this food is below me. We've got plenty of food back in the cart. Stuff I'm more used to. Getting at a Zangi here. Heading around. Up here into Seljuk territory. Yeah, his capital's definitely moved. It used to be up here. Lots of our courtiers are gaining their trait. We have visited the capital of the Persian Empire. Ooh, that's a lot of diplomacy experience. We shall hail our Sultan. And he has accepted our deference. Oh. Oh no. Are we gonna die on the road? We just became ill. Do no more than is necessary. A little brighter. The death thing went away. Okay. We may make it home. I'm gonna grab Groom to Rule because this is always a good trait if you're only gonna get one diplomacy trait. We don't need Befriend. It's gonna be part of our culture soon, well, after we die. I'm gonna give a whole bunch of stats to every single one of our children based on what their original trait was as a child. Oh geez, this is... Oh geez. Oh geez, our children! So many! Let's look at our heir here. He gained 2. Is this actually our heir? Yeah, this is our heir. So we gained 2, giving him a 24. Wow. What a warrior. Well, hopefully he'll get an opportunity to prove his mettle. I think there's going to be some cleanup wars necessary for him, so... Travel, dangerous interests. Okay. Every morning since we reached Zirkua, my priest, Haroshotatam, leaves his litter and gently glides away from my sight. This time I decide to follow his path and find him in a lively chat with a local court imam, Yahya. Huh. The ceremony begins with the light of candle illuminating Yahya while shadows play against the walls like autumn leaves. Parosotatam, I call him after the service. What are you doing? It just occurred to me there may be more than one truth. There is room for calm debate here. This is nonsense? Nonsense? No. Stay in the faith, sir. Other faiths are worthwhile, and we definitely want to study them and participate in them as much as we can, but in the end, we are still who we are, and we worship the gods we worship. You are not... It's not probably the best time for you to change paths, sir. So we're about to make it home. Travel. The story is in the telling. The Punjab storytellers of Nandana are greatly renowned, and when I finally meet them, they don't disappoint. We spend many hours sitting around the fire listening to their stories, and it is true, A true joy to hear them speak. So this would be adding storyteller's tradition, and this will be, ooh, if you like stories, you'll love this one. Told a good story. Yep. Told a good story. Oh. So we have went, once again, and done our duty by speaking with our liege. Don't think that'll be enough to give us the next one. Nope, not quite. Okay. After all my lectures and all my shared wisdom, my grandson Triloki has finally embraced the true faith. He is now the right kind of Vanishnavite. Thank goodness. And we are no longer ill. Though we can't be that far from death if an illness as small as that pushed us over. Work off some stress, hold mystical... We're 64 years old, and we have been ruling for 46 years. That is a long time. Sultan Kalaza of Lohara, of the Lohara Sultanate, has left the world at 64 years of age. He died of old age. That's true. Known for spending most of his nights in his laboratory, he was believed by many to be nothing more than a warlock, concocting unholy spells in the secrecy of his castle. These so much never describe the actual person we play. Our new son, Sultan Harsa, ascends the throne. Never afraid to speak his mind, he will surely charm the realm with his astute honesty. Okay. Okay, so now it is time that the journey is over. It is time to assess what our situation is with our son. Before we start looking at that stuff, though, we got to do cleanup. So we are Marshal. We've already finished Gallant, which we knew. I think he's the kind of man who's going to stay right with what he intended to be his whole life, which is a warrior. So next, we need to look at our available negotiable alliances and decide which ones to actually take. So we want to look at the ones we can negotiate. We're preferring... These are all inside my realm. This is not inside my realm, so this is the best one that we'll accept that's not inside my realm. And then we got this one. The more of these we do, though, the less likely we'll get more. But I think that'll do for now. Okay, we're not employing a wet nurse. This courtier is an average one, so we will appoint her. Okay, that should be good. And, oh, there's just so much to do whenever someone dies and you gotta start a new character. It's just so much to do! Ah! I guess we could pardon our wife? I don't even know what she did, but we're gonna do it anyway? We're not gonna offer any of these hostages. We should probably try to find someone for our... I mean, she would make an excellent second wife for our liege. Go for it. I think that's a good idea. What else do we got in here? You could declare wars. We don't want to do any of that. We can create titles, but we don't want to create any of those titles. Okay. Okay. This is all fine. We're going to leave this for now. Now we got to do our council. Our chancellor. We preferably want to take people who are up here in our powerful vassal list. This guy will probably end up being our... So the guy here who does not like us at all will probably not get a job. I mean, I guess we might. So we're going to assign you. We're going to assign you. We're going to make you the marshal, and then you can be the spy master. That seems good. That leaves us with one powerful vassal who we cannot give a position to. And so we are going to have to sway him to try to get him in our good graces. Hopefully that will work in time. Okay, things are starting to look a little bit more organized here. We need to pick our education. I think we just stay in martial. And I think we don't really need the prowess, to be fair. I think we might just do strategy. Yeah, I think so. I don't think we need to do anything more over here in Overseer. These are good, but I mean, this is the money making section of of Marshall. Things should all be in control already. I think we're gonna take the Marshall. Just like the straight points of Marshall to give us 26 Marshall. And then we're gonna go down Overseer, I think. Yeah. What else do we want to do here? Gonna repair that because it's a good way to remember our father. This is our small beaker bell. Well, we don't need to repair those yet. So we're wearing the foxtail. We are wearing our tooth, our book, this 2 learning from the brilliant gemstone. I think we gave this to our father. Ooh, what are we going to take in now? This is the nature and care of dogs. This gives us prestige and prowess. We'll take this. It's already on us. I guess of all these things, I think we would value... Ooh. What does the masterwork trinket here do? What does this do? Prestige, stress gain, hostile success chance, and this gives us prestige and spouse opinion. I think we take the prestige and spouse opinion right here, like that. And then this thing can just not be used right now. We're not going to repair it right now either. That's not important. Okay. We're a little stressed out. We are contrite. We are, of course, also an adulterer, which is a sin. Seems to par out, though. We seem to make a decent amount of piety in spite of being sinful. We are honest. We are compassionate. And we are gregarious. What does an honest, compassionate, and gregarious king do the first minute he gets into power? He holds a feast, is what he does. So we hold a feast right here in our home. Now we need an honored guest. I mean, if the Sultan is coming, and also let's befriend. I mean, if the Sultan is coming, right? If he's coming, that seems about right. It's all of our money. But this is just the beginning of our rule, right? This is the start. So as a gregarious, honest, and compassionate man, the first thing we want to do is we want to hold a celebration in remembrance of our father under the guise of celebrating his decision to swear vassalage to the powerful Seljuk Empire. Oh. It feels so strange to be different. We have so many internal conquests that we can do. If our goal is to take the Kingdom of Punjab so that we can get our liege to give us the other territories, we need to take this, or I think this. This is probably the easiest. We shouldn't be thinking about war too much when we're supposed to be celebrating, though. That's not how this works. Actually, you know what? I'm pretty sure our character thinks about war all the time, even when he's being a diplomat. Ah, there are whispers about the tales and deeds of my father. What? I don't think disgraced is appropriate. I mean, he only did one tyrannical thing his entire life, and it was basically forgotten by the time he died. So I don't think disgraced is appropriate. But still, we do want to become as famous as our father. So that is true. So one day, I will be like you, Kalaza. One day. One day. Probably should be enough alliances for now. Let's look at our situation vis-a-vis children. So we, much like our father, have many children. We have a 10-year-old son, and we have a 6-year-old son. Our succession here gives everything to our 10-year-old son, which makes sense because we barely hold anything, and of course, the capital duchy always goes to the main son when you are in a high partition, which means we're going to need to find territory for our son. That's going to be one of our military goals. We should be running the game, though. We should be getting towards this feast. There's no reason to talk about this without moving towards the feast. You would like to, again, this is our liege. You would like to marry his sister and my nephew. Yep, that's acceptable. Okay. I've been overwhelmed by stress. Mental break, dark thoughts. Cannot hide my secrets any longer. Disturbing confession. This will help us. We're not doing that. So let's... Okay, let's do that. Let's stop for a second. First, we want to know, now that we know that we're contrite, do we actually have any secrets that we're going to be revealing to people? No. So, that's kind of a good thing. So why are we making so little money? Let's look over here at what's going on. So you should be helping us make money. You are still helping to integrate the provinces in the north. You are... Do we have any need to use this? I guess we should do that. You were helping with schemes. Everything here is fine. My wife is a very good steward. Right now, she's giving us 2 martial, 3 learning, and 4 stewardship. This is better. That's better. Yeah, that's better. Our stewardship is terrible. Our stewardship is horrible. Okay, that's fine. Let's go. You have been a loyal and devoted servant. I wish to reward you for your service and recognition. I hereby promote you to the Spy Master. Is this a joke? This, sir, is very bad for you. I don't know what you're doing. I would be like a world-class frickin' marshal, and I would be better than your current chancellor, but okay. Okay. I guess you have no choice. It's the position my father was in, I suppose, but it's completely unsuited to me. No, I don't think we would change this. The only one that makes sense that we would have changed it to is the stewardship one to help us with our weakness, but not ready to really consider that to be a weakness yet. If we ever come to the decision that it's truly a weakness, we will consult our wife and she'll probably help us out. Okay, so looking up here, why are we making so little money? Not a lot of vassal taxes, which is strange. Probably because we don't control any of the proper titles, so all this stuff needs to be corrected. And because we don't have any stewardship, which is also true. And we don't have as much domain as our father had either. A store up here is not in great shape. We're gonna have to do a lot of work to bring ourselves in line with the legacy of our father here, because this is not great. I'm gonna speed it up so we can get this feast done. We'll join back in at the feast. All right, so our feast is getting close to start. We have a weird thing going on here where, in spite of the fact we have positive money, it's going negative. I'm just going to do the usual fix for that, which is to save and reload. Feast time, feast time. Hopefully we stop somehow going negative money when we're getting positive money. Hopefully. Nope, it's still happening. I don't know how that's happening. So we still have this problem. I think we're going to start over here, like I said. We're going to go down strategist. I'm going to finish the feast and accept the fact that our money is going down in spite of the fact it should be positive. And then I'm going to end the episode and try a restart. Although I really don't want to lose that money. Welcome, friends. 30 days. The rumors that have been circulating about Prince Oran wanting to curry the favor with Sultan al-Muazzam Osfin are confirmed as he hands him a gift. My dearest brother, it is so lovely to see you. Knowing that we'd meet here, I brought you this marvelous pelt as a token of my appreciation. A toast. I think we're going to do the toast. Actually, maybe we'll do the gift. Let's do the gift. So we gave him our beaker bell. Disaster strikes. My lord, the wine. We cracked open the barrel. We don't have the money for this, so we're going to have to all pitch in, which sucks, but at least it keeps us from being in debt when we're not in debt. The great table seating the upper nobility on the dais gave a loud crack, and a moment later it gave in under the weight of the food and gilded decoration. Most of my distinguished guests and I have been fitted amongst the lower nobility. I ended up close to my son-in-law, Sultan al-Muazzam Asfin Beg. Kayakas took it poorly, however, and told everyone it was a grave injustice to be seated with lords and ladies barely better than commoners. Acting quite the opposite, Raj Kumar Alin displayed grace and humility among his lessers. Asfin and I ended up talking all evening and agreed it should not be the last time we feasted and laughed in each other's company. What a great night. So we have become friends with the Emperor. Does that make us a traitor? No. That makes us a pragmatic man who knows a good man in spite of his faith. Is there anything more jovial than a good feast? Guests throng to and fro, eating and chatting while flickering torchlight plays off every wall, light bouncing like laughter around the hall. It's delightful to see the milk of human kindness being shared so freely. Sometimes it's nice to simply sit back and enjoy the little things in life. I think we're gonna mingle with the good folk, regardless of whether or not there's a lot of people who are like us here. When my guests leave, they seem to depart in good spirits. I am relieved to see that our priest does not depart without saying farewell. We both know we will be seeing each other again soon. What a man! We come closer to our court priest, which is excellent. With a flourish ends Javamara's first impassioned recital. Eyes are dried, tables thumped. Another tale he offers. Shall I sing how the great Shuvur Tajbardur nobly championed the weak of Vigara, restoring his belated name? These warfares rival those of old. Doubtlessly, as the feast performers ramble on to other courts, my favorite tale will be retold many times over. I think we're going to do this one. And we are going to do a toast to the Emperor and to my father and the wisdom of joining the Seljuk Empire. Long live the Emperor, long live the Sultan of Lohara. And with that, I think we have come to the end of our feast and our episode. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join me the next time we are here with our new Sultan Harsa. I hope that he can do at least as well as his father. There is definitely some war in our future. And with that, it's all done. Perfectly wonderful. All of our stress is erased. And we can begin our rule in earnest. Most likely with a war question mark here or question mark here. Well, we'll find that out next time, and I hope to see you then.